Fire in the Mind, The Cost of Anger. A Bambi's Twisted Tales and Pizzaverse Studio Productions. The spark, they say, anger's like a spark in the brain, a flash that feels righteous, electric. But let me tell you something, kid. Sparks don't stay sparks for long. You leave it unchecked, it turns into a fire. And that fire? It don't just burn the people around you. It torches you from the inside out. Picture this, a guy named Ricky Marano. Grew up on the docks of Jersey. Kid had potential, you know? Smart, loyal, could have been something. But Ricky had one problem, his temper. A fuse shorter than a cigar butt. Someone looks at him wrong, boom, fireworks. At first it's bar fights, then road rage, then one day, his whole life's a smoldering wreck. Not because the world hated him, nah, it's 'cause his own brain was cooking itself alive. The chemistry of rage, here's the science, capice? When you get pissed off, your amygdala, that little almond-shaped thing in your head, hits the panic button, tells your body, we're at war. Adrenaline floods in, heart races, muscles tighten, blood pressure spikes. Now that's fine if a bear's chasing ya. But if you live like that every day, yelling at the neighbor, losing it in traffic, arguing online like a lunatic, you're drowning your brain in stress hormones. Cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. All them chemicals that keep you in survival mode. But here's the kicker. Your brain don't know it's just a bad day. It thinks it's the apocalypse. Over time, that stress rewires your head. Memory fades. Empathy dies. Patience evaporates. You stop thinking, you start reacting. And Ricky Marano? He ain't thinking no more. He's a walking explosion looking for a match. The brain on fire, it ain't just mood swings. Chronic anger actually shrinks parts of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, the decision maker. That's the boss of your emotions. The guy that says, hey, maybe don't punch the mailman. But if you keep feeding the anger, that boss gets weaker. Meanwhile, the amygdala, the hothead, gets jacked like it's been hitting the emotional gym. So now you got a brain where the boss's talking naps and the maniacs run in peril. That's why angry people can't let go. They stew, they replay old grudges like reruns. The body's addicted to the rush. The chemical chaos feels like energy. But really, it's erosion. You're carving holes into your sanity, one rage at a time. The aftermath, Ricky's story, ends like too many do. One night, argument at the bar, some guy bumps into him, and that's it. Red mist. He don't see faces, don't hear reason, just heat and noise. By the time it's over, he's standing in front of flashing lights, blood on his knuckles, life in shambles. And here's the tragedy, cupcakes. That fire didn't start at the bar. It started years before in his head. Every time he told himself, I'm fine, instead of dealing with it. Every time he swallowed guilt, buried pain, fed pride. He wasn't fighting the world. He was fighting himself. The cold truth, the brain ain't built to live in rage. Chronic anger ages you faster than time itself. Raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, anxiety, depression, even dementia. You can't out-tough biology, sweetheart. No matter how many cigars you smoke or cars you flip, you can't negotiate with chemistry. But here's the twist. Just like the brain learns anger, it can unlearn it. Neuroplasticity, fancy word for rewiring your own circuits. Breathe in, reflection, therapy, forgiveness, hell, even laughter. Every time you let go instead of explode, you're telling your brain, we ain't at war no more. You rebuild that boss in your skull, the prefrontal cortex, one calm choice at a time. The rebirth, Ricky Marano? He did 10 years upstate. And in that quiet, he learned something nobody ever taught him on the streets. Silence ain't weakness. He learned how to sit with the fire instead of feed it. When he got out, he opened a boxing gym for kids like him, taught them how to fight without fighting everything. And maybe that's the moral, huh? We all got fire. But if you don't learn to aim it, you burn your own house down. Bambi's word to the wise you listenin'. Pizzaverse? This ain't just about science, it's about soul. Rage might make you feel powerful for a second, but control? That's real strength. So next time someone disrespects you, remember, sometimes the loudest man in the room's the weakest one there.
Breathe. Think.
Walk away. Or, as my nana used to say, don't let your blood boil when the sauce ain't ready. If you liked this deep dive into the psychology of anger, don't forget to subscribe to Bambi Palermo and the Pizzaverse Network, where we don't just roast fake wise guys, we school on how not to self-destruct. Thanks for watching.